Want to know where my passion for barrel up for baseball started? You want to know? It all started on a baseball field just like this, catching barrels at an early age. Welcome to BarrelUp Podcast. Good afternoon, BarrelUp Podcast family. Welcome to this program, the best show, the best podcast out there when it comes to baseball and baseball's news. And today we have one special member back, the Guru. You guys know him. Daryl, the Guru's back. My man was on vacation, well needed, well deserved. He is back. His first day in the new studio. Daryl, okay, you guys like you guys have seen for the last 2 years, it's been my right-hand man, my co-host, big part of BarrelUp Podcast. And from today on, we are going to name his appearances as Guru Nights. Yes, Guru Nights. Today is Guru Night. We have a lot of special things to talk about. Excited to have you back, my brother.
Excited to be back.
How was your stay in the island?
It was good. I had a great vacation, recommend it for everybody, take some time off, kind of rejuvenate the body a little bit.
Of course, especially with all this pandemic that we're dealing with, which we're still in the pandemic. Now there's a variant, but we're not specialists. We're not doctors. We're not here to talk about that. Before we start today's episode, like my shades, right? Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, BarrelUp Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, BarrelUp Podcast /baseball. Follow us on Instagram, BarrelUp_baseball, where you're gonna find all the memes there, all the baseball memes, all the scheduled posts as far as podcast dates, releases, everything. Follow us on Anchor. If you want to hear this podcast in audio version, follow us on Anchor and on Spotify as BarrelUp Podcast. Guys, the second half of the season has been one to remember. As many things have gone down, both in the AL and NL East. AL and NL divisions, right? We are a month and a half away from the playoffs. Very exciting moments. We're here today to talk about who has won and who has lost as far as teams is concerned in the second half after making their respective trades and all that, and what to look up to when it comes to the playoffs of the 2021 season. Daryl, I'm wearing the Red Sox jersey today, as I am a Red Sox fan. Daryl is as well. But we both know, and we must, when we're here on Barrel Up, we're stating facts. We both know that in the AL East, when we talk about the Red Sox, things haven't shaped up the way that they were planned. Let's shine a little bit of light on the Red Sox, my brother. What do you think has gone down?
Well, the drastic change is due in part to the rotation kind of falling off. The bullpen, terrible. They kind of turning back into the 2020 version a little bit. But to be quite honest, the bullpen and the rotation kind of been playing above expectations for a while, for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I think now they're coming down to its reality, sadly.
It's reality. It's sadly but true. They have been on a downward spin. Not out. For no reason are they out. Right? But we can definitely see a change from the first half of the season to the second half of the season. And a major part of that is the Yankees. Got to give them props. The Yankees are the hottest team, arguably speaking, because you have the Giants. And we'll talk about the Giants. But when it comes to the American League, the Yankees are the hottest team in baseball this second half. Right? This is a winning situation, right? The Yankees have won, in my opinion, in my factual analysis. All the moves that they made prior to the second half of the season have come into coalition positively for them, meaning they have been striving when it comes to acquiring Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo started off slow with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
He's now heating up. You have Anthony Rizzo, who's platooning with
Luke
Voit.
Voigt, yeah.
You have Velasquez taking advantage of the opportunity at short. Luis Gil. Let's shine a little bit of light on that. What have you seen positively working for the Yankees in this 12-game winning streak, my brother?
Well, they finally got a few players to heat up. Stan right now is batting 283 with 6 home runs and 12 RBIs in his last 15 games on this streak. Yeah, he's hitting the shit out the ball.
Right.
You got Gallo, his batting average is pretty low. He's batting 140, but he gets on base. He walks, and when it comes time to produce, he hits those home runs. He gets those RBIs. Luke Voigt right now is the biggest factor for me.
Why?
So they acquired Anthony Rizzo to play first base while he was injured at the time. And he kind of took that personally. He said, listen, this is my job, this is my spot. You can't just give it away like that. So right now he's giving them a reason to keep him in the lineup, to keep him on that team come October.
That's a fact. That's a good point that you just made come October, because once October comes, it's a whole different roster.
It gets reduced drastically. And then you really have to put the guys who are putting in the work, got to put them in. So
guys, for those who do not know what we're talking about, Major League Baseball on each team operates with a 40-man roster. 40-man roster in the regular season. In the postseason playoffs, they bring that down to 25-man roster.
So it's a regular 26 roster for the season, but you can make moves up and down, like each day. But when it comes to the postseason, you have a 26-man roster now. And those 26 men, whatever those 26 names are, that's the roster for that series. So if he gets hurt, then you can't replace him.
So the Yankees have some moves to make coming down to the wire. Who's going to go to the playoffs, who's not? Because right now, if the season were to end today, right now, they're in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the playoffs, and
with the first wild card.
And I'm actually happy for them, because Yankees fans are very hard. If you're a Yankee player, you have more than the normal pressure on to produce. Yankee fans go hard, man. You could go 4 for 4 today, go 0 for 4 tomorrow, you suck.
Mm-hmm.
So very nice to see that the Yankees are putting the pieces together. They have brought up Luis Gil, the Dominican pitcher, rookie, who has been phenomenal.
Yeah, he has that's 2 starts were excellent quality starts. He gave them length. He didn't give up a lot of runs.
Mm-hmm.
Another pitcher too, Nestor Cortez, really balling out. Got to shout him out.
The lefty.
You can't really hate on guys who play well. So Nestor Cortez, shout out to you. And the bullpen, they making a resurgence. They was shaky at the beginning.
Don't mention my man Chapman.
But Chapman, he's returning to form, low key. He recorded his 300 save yesterday. That's a milestone.
Congrats to the Cuban Missile.
Shout out to him.
Right, but we gave the Yankees a little bit of shine right now. But in my opinion, the team that sticks out the most to me is the Tampa Bay Rays, bro. Wow, man. Darryl said it last year. I like that team. I like the way they go about their business. I like them too. Why? Because, like I said, I'm happy for the Yankees. I'm happy for Giancarlo Stanton, because Giancarlo Stanton arguably has not lived up to that contract. But this year, for sure, he has. Right?
I don't think.
I think he has.
It's just now he's hot,
But this is the longest streak that he's been hot.
That's true.
And that he's been on the field. The guy gets injured every other day.
That's the big part too. He hasn't been getting the injuries a little bit down this year. For the Yankees.
Don't quote me on this one, but didn't he play the field the other day?
He's been playing the outfield.
He's been playing the outfield. When was the last time you saw Stanton in the outfield? But going back to what I was talking about, the Tampa Bay Rays, Stanton makes more money. Listen to this. Stanton signed a couple years back with the Miami Marlins, $315 million contract, if I'm not mistaken. That contract got passed on to the Yankees or something along those lines, right? By year, there's not one player in the Rays organization that makes more than Stanton.
Or half of what Stanton makes, to be honest.
Listen to that. Or even half of what Stanton makes. And the Tampa Bay Rays are in first place, and they're in first place by a lot. Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Rays, my brother.
Yeah, the Rays, they're up 4 games in the AL East. that's a team that just wins, to be honest. They get it done. And I've said it before on this show. I've said it hundreds of times before. That team, they don't spend much, but they draft well. They develop excellent, and they scout talent like no other team.
They scout talent like no other team. And when it comes to talking about talent on that team, you guys have seen the number one prospect in baseball of 2020, not 2021 anymore, because there's now a new pipeline number one prospect of baseball, right? For 2020, it was what? Who? Wander Franco. Wander Franco gets called up and has literally turned on a spark for that team more than what they have it turned on already. He started off a little sluggish, I'm not going to lie, but in the last 30 days, last 30 games, he's been on base how many times? 22 times. The guy gets on base. Apart from his stellar defense, apart from his quick bat, left-handed and right-handed, his amazing arm, he's getting on base and helping the Rays play small ball, play the baseball that they need to play. They're not a home run hitting team.
They can hit home runs, but
they rely on playing the game the right way. That's what has gotten them into the position that they're in today. You were saying behind cameras, as we were talking about the Tampa Bay Rays, bro, they have mad players on the DL, on the IL injured list. Give me a little bit of the names that are major names.
Well, off the top of the head, Tyler Glasnow's the biggest name.
Their best pitcher.
Out for the year. G-Man Choi, he's out. He's been a big part of that team. But other than that, they've gotten players to come up and produce at a major league level. And that's hard to do for any team. But to have so many guys to come up and produce at the same time, to keep you in first place, that's a major plus. That's a major plus.
Props to the Tampa Bay Rays, as, like I said, if the season were to end right now, they would be the AL East champions, right? Props to them. Red Sox, shape it up. Yankees, keep doing what you're doing. Tampa Bay, there's no team beating them right now. Moving on to the AL Central. The Chicago White Sox, as my man Taz, our number one fan. You guys go back to 2 weeks ago, we did the episode, me and Taz, our number one fan. His favorites to go for the AL position for the World Series are the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox have kept it hot ever since the season started. They did battle major injuries to Eloy Jimenez and other players. They did send down the catching prospect. Help me out there.
Yermin
Mercedes was sent down.
He retired and unretired.
That drama queen. I did not like what Ozzie Guillen had to say on his behalf. Anyway, they're the hottest team in the AL Central. First place over
almost 10 games.
Almost 10 games over. Who's in second place in that division?
Cleveland.
Over Cleveland, right? This goes to show that when you do the key additions to a team that the team needs, not on paper, but on stats and chemistry-wise, everybody in the Chicago White Sox get along.
And that's the thing, too. They lost Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert for a good portion of the season.
Big bats.
Those are big bats. That's basically, they lost the whole entire outfield. They had to go get a new outfield.
And they managed to keep their first place division. Mm-hmm. Now, Eloy Jimenez is back. Luis Roberts is back. They both produced in the Field of Dreams. Yes, we did an episode on the Field of Dreams. Go check that out. And it's just scary to see. You got my man Jose Abreu tearing the cover off the ball. Tim Anderson
beast.
If the season were to end today, they would have won. They would have won the AL Central. Okay, that's the hottest team. The most major news. The biggest news in the AL Central. Now, this is going to be a little controversial. Daryl's laughing because he knows. In the AL West,
America's team.
My son said America's team. Hey, this is what when I say what I have to say. Once we finish this topic right here, all I gotta say is you gotta give credit where it's due. Whether you like it or not, numbers lie. No, people lie. Numbers don't.
Mm-hmm.
People lie. Your friend lies. Your mother can lie to you. Anybody can lie to you. Numbers will never lie. In the AL West, as you guys can see, as we can see, the Houston Astros, the cheating Houston Astros, they're not cheating this year, right? They are on top of that division and they don't. It's not seeming like they're going to give it up any soon. God, I gotta say it. Gotta give props to them. We talked shit about them last year. A lot of players did, a lot of fans did, but this year you cannot. They have one of the core man down. You have Bregman down.
Well, he just came back though.
Oh, he just came back. He was down for a major part of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got Jose Altuve producing. We're gonna go into the stats right now. You got Gurio, beast. Producing. Beast. Carlos Correa, producing. Jordan Alvarez, producing. What's this pitcher's name, dog? The
Luis Garcia?
No.
Jose Urquidy?
No. The right-hander. McCullers, beast, right? Not to even take into consideration, my man's Verlander's out for the season, and they're still beast. This goes to show that franchise, that organization, gotta say it, they know what the hell they're doing.
They know how to win.
Darryl, let's go by the stats, bro. Let's go by the stats for Altuve, Jordan Alvarez, Correa, etc.
So Altuve right now, he's batting 274 with 25 home runs.
274 with 25 home runs. How many
25
RBIs do you know?
Probably like 40 something.
No, more than that, like 60 something. Altuve.
They're up there.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Jordan Alvarez batting 284 with 26 home runs.
So right there, you have 50 home runs in between those two players.
You got Yuli Gurriel, who's batting 316. It's August, batting 316 with 130 hits.
The 38-year-old Yuli Gurriel, right? I'm going to make an analogy going back to a DeGrom conversation. As DeGrom gets older, he gets better. Yes, so does Yuli Gurriel. Yuli Gurriel came into the league very late, as Darryl stated. 38 years old, batting 316. You got to be kidding me, bro. You got to be kidding me. And there is no talks there about steroids, about cheating, this and that.
He just produces, man. He's
producing.
Up there. He's healthy. Then you got Carlos Correa, who's playing basically for a contract. He's batting 276 with 19 home runs and 68 RBIs. Holding it down on defense, like always.
That's deep. That's a deep core right there. This is why the Houston Astros have been successful and will continue to be successful if they hold on to these players, which is, you just said that he's playing for a contract. This might be the last year for
Correa on the Astros. Maybe. He could sign there. I feel like that's a strong team to sign him back. But yeah, if they keep that core, they'll be good for a long time.
Is Correa a $200 million player?
Yes. Not just for regular season, but postseason, you know what he does. He's an animal in postseason.
He's an animal.
He's a beast. If he could stay healthy, those 200 mil will be worth it.
You heard it here first from the Guru. Guys, I want to stop here to remind you to not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, BarrelUp Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, BarrelUp Podcast /baseball. Like this video, comment down below. Follow us on Instagram, BarrelUp_baseball. Follow us on Anchor if you want to listen to this podcast audio version on your way to work, on your way to your girl's house, your boyfriend's house, anywhere.
Or in the gym.
If you're in the gym, anywhere. BarrelUp Podcast. Everything that you see here is thanks to you guys. And on Spotify, BarrelUp Podcast as well. Thank you for everything, okay? We're going to keep on going. Now, it's going to break my heart to talk about this topic now. We gave you basically the rundown of what's going on in the American League. Now we're going to go into the National League. National League, NL East. The NL East. The Mets are tanking.
The NL East.
The Mets are tanking. I said it from the beginning. A 4-game lead on any team on that division is not enough. And God has proven me right again. Right? The Mets are tanking. The Mets have lost grip of the first place position. They're a ways back as it comes to the NL wild card as well. I'm a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of fans criticized the move. We were at that game when Javier Baez was traded to the Mets, and we were so ecstatic, excited. Me and Darryl, yeah. But there was a video, or there is a video circulating on social media where you saw my man's Javier Baez swinging 3 minutes before the ball was released. I'm joking. But literally, he looked so bad on a swing the other day. And that's how bad the season for the Mets has been going in the second half.
That video defines the Mets season so far.
What's going on with the Mets now?
The Mets, they fell off. They lost it. I don't know what they lost, but they lost it. I think it's DeGrom. DeGrom was the glue that kept that team together. Once DeGrom got out, they fell apart. Disgusting.
I gotta give it to every fan that has bashed me when I've been protecting Francisco Lindor. It's about time, Francisco. I can't protect you anymore, bro. You got to hit, man. That your contract isn't even started. It hasn't even started till next year. You're making $27 million this year. You're playing like a $10 million player. And cuidado. Oíste. My man's is not playing up to par. He just got back from injury. Hopefully, like I said to one of my friends, hopefully Lindor and Baez piece it together. Do the Mets have a chance to make the playoffs?
They have a very slim chance, but right now their best option is to win the division. And by that, they're still down 7 games, I think, in the division.
7 games to who?
Atlanta.
To the Atlanta Braves. The Ronald Acuna-less Atlanta Braves, right? The Phillies are in second place, right? You got ATL, Atlanta, up 5 games in that division. It's looking like Atlanta's going to take it.
Atlanta, I like what Atlanta did at the trade deadline. They lost Acuna for the year.
They did.
Torn ACL. They went out and they got a whole new outfield. They got Jock Peterson from Chicago.
Soler.
They got Soler from Kansas City, and they got Adam Duvall from Miami, I think.
I'm not going to knock the Mets. I'm not going to knock Cohen for trying to make the move that was necessary to contend in the playoffs.
They tried to get an impact player, and they did. Javier Baez is an impact player defensively, though.
Defensively,
the bat has fallen off a lot.
We're good on defense. We don't need defensive players. We need people that are going to produce positively on the offensive side, which I'm not doubting that Javier Baez could do it.
He could.
But right now, he's not. He's okay. He's mediocre. We should have got Max Scherzer.
I don't think that deal would ever happen.
Yeah, I don't think either. But we should have pushed for him because, as you can see, we're going to touch on the NL West in a little bit.
I think the deal was for the Mets. The deal was Chris Bryant was the catalyst. I think he was going to be there.
That would be a good move because Chris Bryant is killing it. We're going to touch base on that too in a second. I would say go for a player. If you're going to go for offense, like for Jose Ramirez, bro. That can play third. It can play shortstop. Sorry, third and second. He can even play shortstop and one. Well, that's what's going on in the NL West. Sorry, NL East. Sorry. Going to the NL Central, the hottest team has been the hottest team for a major part of the season, especially after they acquired Willy Adames. Willie. Go check out the episode that I did on Willy Adames. Right there on the videos, you'll see. Or you can see it as an add-on on this video. You'll see. Right? Willy Adames has been the major spark for the Brewers. They are 8.5 games on top of Cincinnati for the first place in that division. Darryl.
The Brewers, man. The Brewers are beasts. Joey Votto was quoted the other day saying that Milwaukee's rotation is probably the best rotation he's ever faced in his career. We're talking about Brandon Woodruff. We're talking about Corbin Burns, Adrian Hauser, Eric Lauer,
Peralta,
Brett Anderson, and Freddie Peralta. That's six starting pitchers right there who could body you.
They're definitely ready for the playoffs.
That's the team I think they're gonna be real. They're gonna be a real good team in the playoffs.
I'm excited for this year's playoffs, actually. Like, viewers have come back after talking about MLB viewers, fans have come back after the Field of Dreams. Watch the playoffs, though. We'll be there in one of those games for sure. I'm excited. Right now, the talk of the National League. There's 3 teams. There's the Padres. There's definitely the Giants. There's 4 teams. The Padres, the Giants,
Dodgers,
and Brewers. You heard it here first, right? So in the Central, you already know. Last but not least, the hottest division in baseball. Smack me if I'm wrong. You're not gonna see me get smacked because I'm right on this one. The National League West, topped by your very own San Francisco Giants. They made the move for
Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant is taking Evan Longoria's spot. No questions asked. I'm sorry. He's playing stellar baseball with the Giants. The hottest division. Why? Because then you have the Dodgers in second place facing the Padres. You guys saw what Max Scherzer just did in this week to the Padres. He shut them down. He made them look like little kids. What is your biggest take in the National League West, Darryl?
I'm just trying to figure out how the Giants are consistently winning. You know,
They haven't added many major pieces.
It's not something you can pinpoint, like this is the guy who's doing it for them, or these are the guys. It's everybody's, all 26 players on that team that's doing it. It's the pitching, it's the bullpen, it's guys you don't know. Lamonte Wade Jr.
Listen to that.
Donovan Solano. You got guys out there who are just producing and doing it. But that's the credit to the GM. That's the credit to the scouting department, everything. You draft guys that you think was going to help the team, and they do that. They got guys who's producing.
One thing I will say to add on to their success, they've kept parts and not parts. They've kept their core, meaning Brandon Crawford is still there.
Brandon Crawford,
Brandon Belt, Buster Posey. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny Cueto a little
Johnny
bit.
Cueto's
They're
still
acquired
there.
him to be kind of like that ace guy, but he's been pitching pretty well.
You know what I'm saying? The core, and they have added key pieces like Donovan Solano, who has revitalized his career. He was in the minors. He was out of baseball, but he got the chance, and he's playing stellar ball.
Lamonte Wade Jr., great prospect, got called up, producing.
Comment down below, guys, as to who you think will come out favorable in that division. We already know that the San Francisco Giants are not taking ish from nobody, meaning they're not going to give it that first place spot. But then you have the Dodgers and the Padres. The Dodgers and the Padres are the modern day Yankee Red Sox. When I'm talking about like that, the Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, and David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez days. That's what we're seeing. That type of caliber of play of intensity. Guys, with that being said, we are happy to have the Guru back in this episode and major episodes to come back. Do not miss this episode and episodes prior, and stay tuned because we have a lot of surprises. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment down below. We're out.